to the city, fasting wild, gears linking a metal grind. Hill, pump, reckless style, change never kicking old lights on. Ride, fill, there's no play night. On two wheels, we ignite the night. Street, kicks, no one holds us tight. Ride, fill, has to ride your life.
What happens when a couple of BMX riders get fed up with fragile, useless BMX bikes? They start their own company. S&M Bikes is one of the most hardcore, independent, ride and run brands in BMX. Since the 80s, S&M Bikes has been about strength, independence, and keeping things rider owned in BMX. Just handmade, heavy duty BMX parts that are built to take a beating. But how did it all start? How did S&M Bikes go from being a garage company to one of the biggest independent BMX companies in the world? Well, sit tight, because today we're going to have a look at one of my favourite BMX companies, S&M Bikes. Let's rewind to 1987, when BMX was in a weird spot. The sport was blowing up, but a lot of bikes coming out were too weak for the abuse the real riders were putting them through. Enter Chris Moeller and Greg Scott Swing Rover, two Californian BMX riders who were tired of breaking frames and decided to do something about it. Their solution? Build BMX frames that were stronger, stiffer, and designed for real riding. They took the first letters of their last names, shaped them together, and just like that, S&M Bikes was born. Their first frame? The K9 design, a solid, heavy-duty bike that set the tone for what S&M was all about. No gimmicks, just tough bikes by riders for riders. While other BMX brands were chasing trends, S&M was listening to the riders and making what actually worked. In the early 90s, they dropped the Gravedigger, a legendary frame that became a game changer. It was stronger and tougher than anything else out there, making it perfect for big gaps, gnarly street riding, and brutal trail sessions. But it wasn't just about the frames. S&M was building a culture. They had the punk rock attitude, DIY spirit, and a zero interest in selling out. While other companies were focused on flashy marketing, S&M made badass bikes and let the riding speak for itself. By the mid-90s, S&M wasn't making frames. They were changing the way BMX bikes were built. One of their biggest contributors, the slam bars. Before S&M, most BMX handlebars were tiny. Riders needed more control, so S&M came in and made bars taller, stronger, and way more comfortable to ride. The slam bars became a must-have for BMX riders everywhere, from dirt jumpers to street shredders. And while BMX companies were still mass-producing parts overseas, S&M kept it raw and real, handmade in the USA, built to last, and 100% rider-owned. Fast forward to the 2000s, and while many BMX brands either faded or sold out, S&M stayed true to its core values. They kept releasing legendary frames like the Holmes, Warpig and Dirt Bike, while also sponsoring some of the most legendary riders in BMX history. Guys like Dave Clymer, Brian Castillo, and later, riders like Hodder and Credence. And in 2005, they went even bigger, launching their sister brand, Fit Bike Co., which helped bring S&M's tough, no BS mentality to an even wider audience. But here's the thing, even after decades in the game, S&M never stopped innovating. They continued to drop new frames, bars, forks and components, all built with the same commitment to strength and quality that made them famous in the first place. S&M isn't just a BMX company, it's a movement. It's rider-owned, rider-driven BMX, where people who design the bikes are the same people who send them off huge stair sets and dirt jumps. They've survived the corporate BMX takeovers, industry shifts and changing trends, all while staying independent and true to their roots. And that's why S&M still matters today, because BMX isn't just about bikes, it's about attitude, creativity and refusing to conform, and no brand represents that better than S&M Bikes. So there you have it, a very brief history of S&M Bikes. There's so much more to tell about them. It's for a future video, I'm sure. Let us know in the comments if you've ever had an S&M bike or component. I have certainly had them on race BMXs. I've had their race bars and stem. If you've enjoyed this video, please give it a like. If you like bike related content, Please subscribe and click that bell icon if you want to be notified of when we next upload. Thank you for watching.